Howdy folks, Timber Drifter here, blowing smoke rings at you, smoking my little meerschaum. Haven't even seen this pipe in years, I just found it in my storage unit. It's a neat little pipe. Capstan Golden Navy Cut, one of my favorites. I'd like to try the blue tin sometime. I haven't seen it anywhere for sale. Sure like to try it. I like flakes, one of my favorite types of tobacco, or cuts of tobacco rather. As you can hear, this pipe has a hell of a tight draw on it. And I can't really do anything about it. You see how thin that is. I'm kind of afraid to try to drill in there and open it up. I did a little bit, and I thought I went too far. I didn't. I didn't go far enough. I don't think I'm going to do it again. Anyway, it smokes pretty decent as it is. It's just a little noisy. One of my tampers. It's a 4570 casing. The antler tine pushed into it as a pick. Works really well on larger bowls. It just fits in this one. But it's out working in the shop today. This is not a shop pipe. This thing is delicate. And I'm kind of nervous smoking it out here, like I might drop it and step on it or something. It's happened before. Not with this. This is my normal shop pipe. It's just an old beater bulldog. It's got paint on it and some dents and things. It says Aristocrat Yellow Bowl Imported Briar. Kind of funny to be smoking a pipe called an Aristocrat in a shop. Anyway, it's a good pipe. Just working on some axes out here. I like axes. I like fixing them up, putting new handles on them, getting them sharpened properly. It's one of my favorite axes for when I'm backpacking or camping. It's got about a 26-inch handle on it. It's an old plumb head. It's got a good convex ground edge, pretty thin, but it doesn't chip. Pretty hard. You gotta get it heated up a little bit with the file with friction before it really starts cutting on it, which is it's a good sign for an axe. Just working on a few things. My truck axe, which didn't need to be sharpened, I just had to wire wheel a little rust off the head. It's an old Craftsman. I think you can see that. Excellent head. The handle's got a little bend to it, but it just barely. I don't even notice it. I've been using this axe so long it doesn't affect me. This is a new head I picked up last summer. I just finally put a handle on it. Got a real nice grind on there. Most of the time when I fix up the edge of an axe, I will use a grinder on it, but I make sure I don't get it very hot, and I'm always cooling it off. But if this area, and I don't want to touch that because it's razor sharp, it'll actually shave hair, but if this area is beat up, and usually what you find on an axe head is this is the area, the top of the head, that's really beat up. People hitting rocks with it or just bad grinding procedure. But if you're going to use a grinder to get started on an axe head, start in this area and kind of work in a pattern like that, out to the edge and then back to the center, and then cool it off. And the reason for that is it's always thicker here in the center. And wherever you stop grinding, you're grinding on that edge double the time. So you always end up thinner here. If you just go back and forth, you end up with these areas really thin. And for an axe to throw a good chip, you really want it just slightly thicker at the top than the bottom. But it needs to be a pretty level plane. You don't want like a curve like that. You want it to be pretty flat. So anyway, that's about a 28-inch handle on this one. Considerably thicker. Good work axe. Kind of heavy, probably a 2.5 pound head. Swings nice. I haven't cut anything with it yet, but it swings nice. It's got stamps on it I've never seen before. It says FSS on one side, and it's got kind of a TW diamond thing here. I don't know if it'll pick that up or not. You can kind of see it there. But I look forward to using it. I can tell from the quality of the steel when I was filing it that it's pretty hard. Probably not hard enough to chip, but should hold an edge really well. And this one here, which I fixed up for a friend, it's an old drop forged Sweden head. I had this axe for several years and liked it pretty well, and I gave it to him. Just put a new handle on it. Good quality handles are getting pretty hard to find. You see this got a little heartwood on there. That's not desirable. This could split out here. I don't think it will, but it could. And you really, when you're putting an axe or putting a handle on a head, you really want the grain to go this way with the handle, not this way or this way. And you want to make sure that the grain that goes, or the growth ring that goes from the bottom of the handle to the top, you want to make sure that they don't come out of the axe. A lot of the time you'll see the grain as it moves up through the handle, it comes out, and it'll crack right there. Not always, but a lot of the time they will. If you have the grain going this way, like I like, in the handle is more likely to be warped, so you really want to find the straight ones. But it takes shock a lot better and they last a lot longer, and when you hit something, which occasionally happens with this part of the axe, if you have the grain going this way, a lot of the time you hit something here and it breaks that grain, and then you split your handle, just split it right across there. Show you an example of that. I'm going to go off camera for a second. Now this is a hammer that had that, what I was just talking about. The grain ended right here, and whacked something with it there, and it opened the grain up, and it didn't open the grain up right away. I'm sure this hammer was used quite a few times before it finally split like that. But it's harder to find good quality handles, and as far as I can tell, Link still makes the best handles. You just have to sort through what's available. Get this lit up again here. Boy, it has been a long winter. The snow's blowing out there right now. We had a few warm days there and everybody kind of got excited about spring, and then boom, right back to sub-zero. And I think it's up around 20 degrees today, but it's snowing, wind's blowing hard. You know, Mark Twain said, everyone complains about the weather and no one does anything about it. Well, that may not be true anymore. Cloud seeding and all that kind of stuff. But anyway. You know, people are just kind of on edge with this long, long winter and all this snow. So many sub-zero days, nights, a lot of sub-zero nights. I wasn't even here for the whole thing, and I'm feeling it. Just kind of waiting for spring. But you can just feel it out and around in the community. You know, people are just a little on edge. I've heard so many times, this is the last winter I spend up here. Good. Get out. Go to Florida. I like low population areas. This is already pretty low population, but the more of you that want to leave, go ahead. It's fine. The less people I run into on the roads and in the woods, the better. Maybe that makes me sound antisocial. I don't know. I don't think I'm antisocial. I like talking with people. I just don't like crowded highways. People are kind of rude. Just a little on edge. A lot of arguments. From what I hear from the police reports, a lot of domestics going on. People are rude in the grocery stores, running their carts into each other. Not necessarily friendly at the library either, which is kind of unusual. Sooner spring comes, the better for everyone, I guess. I know I'll be happy to not have hip-deep snow out there. Although snowshoeing's kind of fun. I'm new to it. It's kind of fun. Kind of a way to connect with the old days. Get out and see what's going on in the woods. I think that's what I do. I'm gonna go for a walk right now. Get out and see what's going on in the woods. Alright.